Hey, what we got going on here today is we are doing a Mound septic system here in Ohio, and so I was gonna do a quick video, show you guys what a mound is, a mound system here. First step in the process is you lay the mound out, and then you can see what my brother's doing with our excavator there. They call it scarification, but basically all you do is you tear the surface up and break up like a hard pan on the surface. And then here we try to take most of the sod off, and then we always take the sod and we put it on the upper side of our mound. We don't leave the sod, try not to leave too much in there, because anybody knows that's dealt with water that water will kind of follow that sod out and just run out the lower side. So that's what we do. So after you scarify it, our health inspector comes out and he takes a look at it, makes sure it's done to code, and then the next step of the process is as soon as he's done, we'll take them stakes there and we'll pound these stakes in right where our actual trench is going to be. Well, it's above ground trench. We'll pound those into our sand level. The sand we have hauled in there goes on next, and so I'll get a picture of the stakes in there with a little bit of sand here. And after the sand, right in our right where our pipe's going to run, then on top of the sand we put 2 inches of gravel, wash 57s, which we got right here behind us, and put our pipe in there, and it's pressurized, so it's a 4-inch perforated pipe with a 2-inch pump line going through it. And then on this mound here, every 22 inches we have a hole drilled for the water to spray out. It's a 3/16 inch hole, and then off the top of my head, I think it was every 9th hole I think we have on the bottom, so that pipe can drain out good. Then we cover that with 57s and put our filter fabric on, and then cover the whole mound with this pile of topsoil. For this mound, I think it's about 100 foot long. We've got about 80 ton of topsoil we hauled in, and I think about 70 ton of sand there. Well, we got a little bit of sand here too, but we got it all hauled in. It rained last night, and that's why we're scarifying this today, because we can't scarify it and have it rain on it. So we had to wait to do that till today, or else we would have got sand on yesterday and everything, and been putting topsoil on today. So, but we'll get the stakes set, and I'll get another video. Here's a video of the sand going on the distribution area and everything. You can see we pounded our stakes in here, and you can see they're spreading the sand out. So we're out of sand there. We got this pile left here, which should be enough, and I hope so, because I don't know if we'll get our trucks back up in here to get any more in. And you can see my brother there, that's going to be the actual leaching trench, you might as well say, in this mound. It's about 3 foot wide. As you can see, we have a lip right here at my boot. It goes the whole way across over here. So there's the next step. Once we finish getting this sand out, or spread out on this here, then we'll go down through here with the skid steer and put this distribution area here that my brother's making for the leaching trench here. We'll put 2 inches of 57s down, and then we'll put our pipe on. So I'll get a video of that when we get to that. Show you that. They're putting gravel on our 4-inch pipe and on this mound. And then, so what we got here is we have our 2-inch pipe running through that 4-inch. It has holes drilled every 22 inches, and then it's every 10th one we have it drilled on the bottom so it can drain out. And then, so we got this 90 turned up, and then we'll extend it up, and then when we go to test this, we'll screw a clear tube into that, and then we'll do when we kick the pump on, we'll do what's called a squirt height. And it's got to be a certain amount of inches as how high it pumps up here in the tube. But so I mean, it's a pretty simple concept as far as actually building it. Just getting the holes drilled right, and then this right here will be our pump line coming into it, and then it comes up and it just has a T in between these two bowl valves. then we put the ball valves on. That way you could shut half of this down if you wanted to, leave the other half open, and then you use those ball valves to adjust the pressure, because you make both sides have the same amount of pressure, and that's what that squirt height tells you. But and then the 4-inch pipe, I don't know if I mentioned it, it's a perforated pipe. You can see down here the perforated holes on it. So, but yes, I mean, that's pretty much it. We'll get all this gravel on, and then after the inspector looks at it, we will put filter fabric on it and go ahead and cover it with all the topsoil. And so I guess I'll get a video of that, but that won't be till tomorrow. So see you then. Alright, well, here the mound is completed and ready for topsoil here. We have our filter fabric on top of our 57 gravel there, and I got the sand all raked out nice and smooth. And Dad, he's just throwing a pile of topsoil down towards that end to go down there and grab it. And so that's pretty much it. We got our caps on our 6-inch pipe here with our 90 down there. We didn't put our extension up on that yet, but so on the mound here we put down about 8 inches of topsoil on it, and that's kind of figuring that for about 2 inches. So we want our finished product here to have about 6 inches on it. That's kind of after it settles, and which when we put the topsoil on, we don't really pack it, we just kind of pat it down with a bucket when we put it on, and that kind of helps it. And then yeah, once we get the topsoil on here, we'll seed and straw it, so grass will start growing right away, and go from there. So yeah, this is what it looks like now, and I'll show you a video when we get the topsoil on. And I'll give you a video when we do our pump test to test the squirt height and everything, to make sure everything's at the right pressures and everything that they want on this. And so we'll go from there. Alright, well, here's the finished product of the mound. We just ran our skid steer in, and when he gets back, he's got some straw and grass seed. We'll go ahead and do this whole area here. And so it turned out pretty good. See, we got a nice slope on it on all the sides, and we got it. We didn't put the county or health department, they didn't have us put a drain on the upper side of these. A lot of times, well, most of them we install on this upper side here. We put a drain the whole way around it with bringing gravel up to an inch of the surface, and then off this hill, any runoff water from the rain here will go down in that drain and go out, because you don't want water ponding against this mound. And so since we didn't have us do a drain, we had to shoot it all with the laser, and made sure that from back at the far end here, there was a swale coming through here that we filled in, a little swale, but back from there clear on out through here, that it all drains back out this way, because we don't want it to pond any. And but yeah, so this is it. So the last process of the step here is just we're gonna throw some grass seed on her and some straw, and that's it. We got the septic tanks are installed there. Here we don't. We always leave the septic tanks mounted up around them like that, and the overdig and everything for settling, because we don't compact the sides, because you can bust the sides of the tanks out. These were concrete tanks. And so that's just the inlet line ditch. We don't like to run on that and try to smash that in for damaging pipe or anything like that, so. And this was just their old septic tank. We pumped out and filled it, and it's going to settle down there some. So that's pretty much it. I'll try to, I don't know if I'll be coming back out for the final inspection. If I am, I'll get a video of the pump test on the squirt height. So there it is. Today we did our final inspection here on our mound system with our county health department, and this is what we call the squirt height. We have this tube that screws down in here into the our 2-inch. We put an 2 inch to 1.5 inch adapter down there, brought 1.5 inches up, put a threaded coupler there, so we can screw this tube down on. And what we do is one person will be on the other end at the same time, and we will kick the pump on. And on this mound here, we wanted at least 4 foot. We wanted the water to come up in this tube at least 4 foot from our pipe down there, in which it come up like 51 inches. So we were good there. But that's what the squirt height is. And what happens now is as the holes in that pipe we drilled in the pump line inside this start to plug up, the squirt height will raise. And so a year from now, they'll come out here, and since this was 51, if this is up to 60 inches, then they know that that pipe needs pulled and those holes need cleaned and put back in. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it's nothing fancy. And then inside the tank here, this is a time-dosed panel on this. So this pump, I don't know how often. Usually it kicks on about every 4 hours, and we're probably only dosing probably like 100 gallons at a time. You get your drain back. But the way we do it here is you have this is going down to the pump. We pumped it up a union right here, and that goes out there. We got a hole drilled in the bottom of it right here. You see some water coming out, and that is a weep hole just to let that pump line drain out the whole way so it can't freeze anywhere. And then all of our floats are on this 1-inch pipe going down. So it's called a tree pipe, and we attach all of our floats on there. We used to be able to attach them right to the pump pipe here, but they changed the rules where we couldn't do it no more, so we had to do it over here. So, but that's pretty much it. On these here, we have to, on that time dose, the timer's got to be set right with the so it pumps the right amount of gallons up here at a time, and because you don't want to be flooding the whole mound. So we'll take a look at this panel real quick. Alright, here's the panel. It's time dose. You can see here's our timer and everything there. This is an event counter that counts how many times that pump kicks on. And so that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's a Mound septic system for you here in northeast Ohio. So